This is Jeremiah chapter 28 and 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. The prophet which prophesieth of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai had truly sent him. Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and salutations to all you brethren, pushing this word in all sincerity and truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect, 144,000, and the rest of the men, women, and children that will receive mercy from the Lord in these last days. Shalom. I'm the brother Dama Al-Gibar here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. All right, and this is something that the prophets have always done, and this is what we've been doing, especially since we got on the YouTube, starting with the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, even before all that, but just more in these times that we've been out here prophesying against the great kingdoms. We've been telling you of war and of evil and of pestilence, all right? And one thing that you it can always say is that starting with the elders and the apostles and the men of Great Millstone, we've always been prophesying against, telling you that war, evil, and pestilences was coming here to Babylon the Great, and our stance has never changed. We're not these household peaceful, kumbaya, telling you that everything is going to be all right type of prophets. We've been out here consistently telling you that Jacob's trouble was on the way, that financial collapse was going to happen here in this society, civil war, sedition, the love of many waxing cold, nuclear destruction, judgment, sicknesses, famines, cannibalism. We've been telling you that all these things were all still prophesied to take place before Babylon the Great, America, and this age of the heathen, before this place is ultimately destroyed and the kingdom of our Lord is on this planet Earth, that all of these things were still going to take place. All right, we've been telling you that the MOTB is coming, that this society is going to collapse and totally, go into chaos, which is called Jacob's trouble. And our stance has never changed, and we're continuously telling you that these things are coming because it's prophetic. And all the signs that we see taking place out here on the world, we're filtering it all through the scriptures, and we're letting you know how it's all going to eventually play out. All right, because I was reading this article, and it highlights a lot of the points that we've been prophesying, and it filters through prophecy. So this is why I'm going to use this article to relay the message and to show you that, hey, here at Great Millstone, we've been continuously telling you that this collapse was going to take place. And, Jacob's trouble and the fall of this empire and financial collapse and sedition and divisions and race riots and, total chaos was going to take place here in Babylon the Great before its great destruction and judgment. And for you Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, and you Jakes to ultimately get yourself right with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai before the evil days come. Well, hey, these evil days are just about here. So this is an article I got from Natural News. So I'm going to read through these article, but I'm going to also bring out some precepts to link these things all together. It says, what does it say? It says, financial collapse remains one of the biggest threats to the social order of America. And you see, and we know that before all is said and done, hey, this societal collapse here at Babylon the Great must take place. And it's mentioned all throughout the scriptures, all right? So it says the U.S. faces a potential financial and societal collapse, drawing parallels to historical collapses in Venezuela, Lebanon, and the Soviet Union. It says major American cities like Los Angeles, San Fran, Seattle, and Chicago are already experiencing rising crime, homelessness, and falling essential services, with law enforcement stretched thin and withdrawing from duties. The justice system is deteriorating, and violent offenders often released on minimal bail and race-based jury nullifications, leading to arbitrary and unjust outcomes. All right, look at this. It says a financial reset could disrupt the banking system, halting the supply chain from farming to retail, leading to mass starvation, devaluation of the dollar, and a shift to bartering and the use of precious metal. You see, and this is what's ultimately coming to this society. Now, these elites is doing this what they call order out of the chaos, but the Most High already prophesied that Babylon the Great would, collapse and fold in this type of manner. All right, remember, the Lord is just using these elites on the left hand side to do his bidding and to do his will. All right, there's nothing that's outside of the control of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, it's just playing out according to as it was written prophetically. All right, so it says, in a nation increasingly defined by division and uncertainty, the specter of a financial reset looms large, threatening to unravel the fragile thread of American society. And we already see this happening. Like I said, when you look around, all around America, ultimately just see this place crumbling. It's collapsing from within, morally, financially. You know, people are more desensitized. People are more violent. People are more on edge. People are struggling. They're not happy. People don't really look out the window and see really a bright future for themselves, which is leading them to, abuse themselves with prescription drugs and pills and alcohol, fentanyl. People are depressed. People are unhinged. This is why you see the amount of violence and just societal decay taking place here in this society, man. Because hey, this place was destined ultimately to fall, and we see it, falling dramatically every day. It says this is a warning given. Oh, I don't want to read that part. It says, look at this. As cities like Los Angeles warns residents they can no longer guarantee protection and essential services teeter on the brink of collapse, the United States faces a crisis that could transform its urban centers into lawless jungles. You see, and this is what you're about to see pretty soon. When all it's like it's gonna, this place is gonna completely just crumble, man. And who's going to be the ones that's going to be the most highly affected is women and children first. Because hey, when law and order in this place truly collapse, it's going to be every man for himself out here. People are not going to even right now. You don't even know your neighbors. People. It's not like that atmosphere it used to be like in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. The 70s and the 80s, going up into the 90s. At least there was still some type of form of community. At least you knew your neighbors. At least people were more, not so bugged out the way they are now, and as, this society gets closer to just completely collapsing, man, you're going to really see the true nature of how evil and how wicked a lot of these people truly are. See, and this is why our people need to, you Jakes, you need to get with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, all right, before it's too late, man. It says this is not merely a theoretical scenario, but a potential reality, with Mike Adams and Quayle drawing parallels to historical collapses in places like Venezuela, Lebanon, and even the Soviet Union. The question is no longer if such a breakdown could happen, but when and how Americans will respond. Well, we know how America's going to respond. They're going to go complete ape shit and crazy and be barbaric. It's going to be every man for himself, invading. Let me get that, man. Let me read first. It says, the warning signs are everywhere, they warn. Banks are freezing operations. Food stamps, a lifeline for millions, are at risk of disappearing, and law enforcement agencies already stretched thin are withdrawing from their duties, leaving cities vulnerable to chaos. The trust in government evaporates. The social contract that binds society together is fraying, leaving Americans to fend for themselves in what some described as an emerging urban battlefield. No, this is what it's called in the scriptures. I got two precepts I want to get real fast. Right, this is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Let me read up. This is Jeremiah 30 and 5. For thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, we heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. You see? And that's what, the article is highlighting. But this is what we've been telling you is going to come to America and Babylon and wherever you Israelites are here in America, was going to eventually come to this society, man. because it's the shaking of the hand of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai upon this land. And it's not a voice of peace. Like I said, this is why we're not telling you that the good days are going to come and you're going to, we're not have this prosperity gospel. We're not telling you that everything is going to be all right. We're not giving you this peaceful, loving message, because that's not what's, on the table, man. What's on the table was what? A voice of trembling and of fear and not of peace. All right. And the falling and the collapse of this society, which is gonna, like I said, bring out the nastiest and the most basest and prehistoric mind frame and barbaric nature of these people out here, man. It says, "Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child." All right, and a man does not travail with child. All right, it says, "Wherefore do I see every man with his hand on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness?" You see, because that's just highlighting just how bad it's going to get into this society, man. It's going to get bad out here, It says, "At last, for that day is great, so that it is none like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." Right? And who's going to be saved out of it ultimately is the elect. All right? But this is the days that are coming that's going to be like none other. And this article is highlighting some of those situations that we're about to see here in this society, man. You see, this is why it's important for you to look at other societies like Venezuela and Lebanon, the Soviet Union, what was taking place during World War I and World War II, to these particular war-torn countries, man. You literally have people in the Soviet Union that it got so bad during the wars that a lot of people had to resort to eating their own children, man. I tell this story. I did a video years ago when they were going into just how severe and how crazy it was during those war-torn countries. And there was an instance where this guy, he had like 2 children, and it was a massive amounts of famine. It was a time of war, and people, food wasn't coming in, food wasn't being brought in, and food wasn't coming out. So it was very scarce times. And some of the people in that neighborhood noticed that they didn't see the children around anymore. So eventually they got enough people to go to the guy's house, and they knocked on the door and was like, "Hey, we saw those 2 we haven't seen your children in a while." And he basically was like, well, it got to the point where he was just like, well, it got so bad that I fucking ate my children, and he said, and I tell you this, if you don't get out of my house, I'm going to eat you too. You see, and that's how bad it got. That's how bad the famine was. That's how straight things were, that a man had to resort to eating his own children to stay alive, man. And he was to the point to where he was threatening to eat those people if they didn't get the fuck out of his house and leave him alone, man. These are the type of situations that are going to come here in Babylon the Great pretty soon, right? And the scriptures tell you that cannibalism is going to come back in a major style, here in this society, because that's how bad it's going to get, man. All right, so hey, this is not going to be a very easy and a joyous time here in Babylon the Great. So let me read that again. It says, "What? The warning signs are everywhere," they warn. "Banks are freezing operations. Food stamps, a lifeline for millions, are at risk of disappearing. And law enforcement agencies, already stretched thin, are withdrawing from their duties, leaving cities vulnerable to chaos." And guess what? Within that chaos, cannibalism happens. Rape happens. Well, I'm going to show you. It says, "As trust in governments evaporates, the social contract that binds society together is fraying, leaving Americans to fend for themselves in what some describe as an emerging urban battlefield," which is what we call Jacob's trouble. All right. And Second Ezra talks about that too. This is, let me see. Let me read this. It says, 2 Ezra 15:5, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." You see, and this is what's going to fully take place when the whole societal contract that binds the society together collapses. When there's no more 911, when people don't have to play by the rules, when a survival of the fittest. All right, when the dollar is no longer useful, you can't just use your debit cards or cash to go buy food or get water or get your necessary resources for the day. All right. When this place totally just collapses, man, hey, these are going to be the things that's going to be on every corner in every town and in every city here in Babylon the Great, man. The sword, famine, death, and destruction. All right. It says, "For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. It says, behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually, which are the elect, man. We're the ones crying out. We're the ones complaining to the Lord to deliver us and to save us and to judge this wicked society. And it's getting to the point to where the Lord is just about to make good. But part of it is going to be when the Lord allows this society to fully collapse and to fall. That's when a lot of the judgments of the Lord and these pestilence and death and famine and judgments are going to ultimately ring forth here in this society. All right. But let me get to the point. Let me jump down. It says, I read here 9, and therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them, which is what? The elect, the chosen ones. It says, behold, my people was led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. And this Egypt is speaking about America spiritually, all right? And this is why the Lord is about to destroy this place. And he's going to deliver his elect out of this situation that's coming to this place. It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and will smite Egypt or America with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. It says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. You see, so this whole collapse of this system, the famine, the pestilences, the sicknesses that's going to be out here, you know, the cities and the streets riddled with dead bodies, you know, societal unrest, chaos, you know, grapings, murders, strong arms, you know, strong arming, you know, survival of the fittest, you know, in this whole society. Falling in that way is part of the judgment of the Heavenly Father. See, it says, I'm gonna jump down, verse 14. It says, woe to them, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for their sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. You see, and when this is going to take place, when this whole system collapse, man, and this place is already divided. People are already at each other's throat. You know what I mean? Like I said, people are unhinged. People are depressed. People don't see no future here in this society, man. So all these emotions and all of these feelings, they're all just getting built up, and then they're going to finally really explode when this whole society collapses, man. Like I said, when the financial system just stops working, when they cut the food stamps completely and people are just left out here to fend for themselves, and, you know, there's no help, there's no law and order, there's nothing but chaos and martial law and military all over the place. Hey, people are going to go completely bonkers out here, man. And if you don't have the hedge or protection of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai with you in those days, man, you're going to be, you know, a sitting duck in these times. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. Right. They're not going to give a damn about, you know, the mayors or curfews, or if they have military troops out here patrolling the streets. People are going to be out here just going completely buck wild. It says, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right. Because, you know, these Americans, they're all armed to the teeth. Everybody got guns, got bullets, got all type of shit. Here, they're going to be able to use them at their discretion. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. You see, and that's what this article is saying is coming. But the scriptures already prophesied this to happen here in America, man. Now we're just able to put the pieces together. All right. It says what? As trust in government evaporates, I see that's where the sedition is going to come in. You know, there's going to be an uprising against the government, you know, with these people. They're going to be pissed. They're going to be angry. They're going to want, you know, solutions. They're going to want answers, you know, and they're going to take it to the powers that be. It says, what else is in here? Look at this. It says, more recently, Venezuelans collapsed from one of Latin America's wealthiest nations to a state of economic ruins and social unrest offers a modern-day cautionary tale. In the United States, cities like Los Angeles, San Fran, Seattle, and Chicago are already showing signs of this unraveling, with rampant crime, homelessness, and a breakdown of basic services. The justice system, once a cornerstone of American democracy, is also falling. In cities like New York, individuals accused of violent crimes are released on minimal bail only to reoffend. You see? So They're literally allowing the collapse of this society because we know these elites have a plan to bring in their new world order, and part of them doing that is the order out of the chaos. But ultimately, it's really the Most High that is putting the spirit on these elites to do this because the Lord has he he has a great judgment to bring down upon this place. You see. Look at this. In New York City, for instance, a person can stab someone, be arrested, and then released the same day to commit another stabbing, Adams wrote. The breakdown of accountability is compounded by what some describe as, well, I don't know about all that. All right. See, so these things are all written within the scriptures, man. See, and what did it say? That motherfuckers is getting out of jail, stabbing people, and then getting right back out of jail and stabbing more motherfuckers. This is what Matthew chapter 24, verse 12. It says, "And because iniquity shall abound," and what is iniquity? It's a sin upon sin, man. And it's abounding here in this society. It's promoted. It's being proliferated everywhere you look on, social media, on the television, and these, inside the music, inside of culture in general, man. You just see the love of many waxing cold, man. People are more prone to murder. You had this woman. I was watching a brother video this morning. You had some woman literally shoot her ex-boyfriend right in front of the cops, right in front of the police station, and then shoot at the cops, get in her car, and just send them on a high-speed chase, man. And there's a woman doing this shit, man. You got women stabbing guys up in the goddamn deli, putting their babies in the microwave. You just got all type of iniquity bound shit happening all around this earth because these people are desensitized to death now. Death is nothing, especially these 2/3 jakes, these dreadhead niggas. They just blowing each other away just for some goddamn social media beef, man. Just no love. There's just no value of life here in this society, man. And if you think it's bad now, wait till all hell breaks loose, man. Wait till what I just read in Second Esdras come to pass. When everything is fully collapsed, when society is just, completely has spiraled into complete chaos. What do you think these people, if you see what they're capable of now, imagine what they're going to be doing in those days, man. And this is why, man, hey, we're hoping and praying that we're part of the elect of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, because we're going to need to get the hell up out of here, man. All right. And there's a crazy, weird spirit here in America, and it's only going to get more and more intensified. This is Isaiah 19:14. It says, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. And they have caused Egypt or America to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. And that's what this society is like. Everything you see happening with the fires in LA, you see how that could have been prevented. You see, we know that was done intentionally, but just everything in this society, man, the whole situation in North Carolina, the reaction to these hurricanes, these natural disasters, these events that take place, the whole thing in Baltimore with that bridge collapsing. It's like everything that's, like the answers to all the shit that's happening in this society, they don't have any answers for, So this place is just spiraling out of control, and it's like a drunken man staggering his vomit, man. All right? And that's what this place is like. This place is drunken, man. There's no healing this place. It can't sober up. It can't get itself right. And if you call yourself, living in a society and you still got hope and faith that things are going to get better, that Donald Trump is going to save America, and we're going to become this powerhouse again, and this place is going to be put back on a pedestal, then you don't know what the hell is truly going on, man. All right. And you're going to fall right along with this society if you're continuously putting your faith in this society, man. See, and this is why the shadow of Egypt is going to be a shame to a lot of our people, because they're trusting in it. All right. Well, your trust needs to be in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, 100%. And it says, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. It says, and in that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of Yahweh of hosts, which he shaketh over it. You see? And this is what we're seeing taking place, man. And see, he keeps telling you that there's going to be a spirit of fear here in this spiritual Egypt, which is America, man. All right. And people are going to be in a state of hopelessness when these things fully come to pass. See, it says what? Societal fracturing could lead to, look at it. It says the economic implications of a financial collapse are equally dire. Without a functioning banking system, the entire supply chain from farming to retail could grind to a halt. You see? And this is what we know is coming. If you look at, the value of the dollar, how this, America is so heavily in debt, man. It's only a matter of time before they're gonna have to financially crash this system, and you people are gonna be completely left out in the cold, man. There's gonna be nothing coming in, nothing coming out. Like I said, the Lord. That's when the Lord's gonna bring that famine, and this is where people are gonna, like I just read, they're gonna, bust their neighbor's head for the lack of bread. And all it takes is this financial system to collapse to where debit cards don't work. Cash is no longer good. Food stamps can't be used, man. And that's going to be a major, the major thing that's going to cause these people to go crazy is the lack of food and water. Starvation is what's going to push a lot of these people to their, to go plumb loco, man. Because when a nigga can't eat and a nigga can't drink, that's when they're at their most craziest, man. And they're going to be desperate. All right. And they'll be willing to do anything, take anything, kill anything, eat anything, and do just about anything to be able to eat or drink when they haven't eaten and drinking for 3, 4, 5 days, man. Imagine if you haven't eaten in a goddamn week or two. Their level of desperation, and you'll be completely out of your mind, man. You see, this is why I said cannibalism is going to come back in a major style here, man. See? It says once banking fails, even temporarily, it disrupts the entire supply chain: farming, processing, manufacturing, logistics, deliveries, retail transactions, and payroll for every worker involved. Adam explained it right. Everything is going to just completely fucking come to a screeching halt, man. And that's when people are going to go crazy. They're going to be looting. They're going to be rioting. Like I said, I got the, they're going to be invading one another, busting each other's head for the lack of bread. Shit, bust in your house and just snatch your little baby up so that they can cook him and eat him. Rape you, rape your wife, and then kill you and eat you like the movie The Road, man. See, this is how bad it's going to get here in this society, man. And a lot of these jakes are just thinking, la-di-da-di-da, things are just going on as normal. It's going to get bad out here, man. It's going to get real bad. All right? Oh, I didn't have Daniels. Oh, here we go. This is Daniel 12:1. It says, what? The time of an end. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, that great prince will stand for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, you see? And this is the times that we're about to enter into. It's going to get so bad that a divine intervention and the angels are going to have to intervene on the behalf of the elect because, hey, in the time of Jacob's trouble, when all hell is breaking loose, we're going to be out. We're going to be here. We're going to be out in the midst of these crazies, man, of all this chaos and crazy shit going on, man, to the point to where, hey, angels are going to have to intervene on the behalf of the elect because we might find ourselves in a situation where some crazy niggas is probably trying to beat down your door, or cannibals are lurking around the corner, or you're in one of these dire situations to where, we're going to need divine intervention and help to be saved and be protected from these crazy motherfuckers out here, man, or whatever the situation might be. You see? So this is why we're trying to repent and get ourselves right so that we can be delivered from these times that are ahead, man, and hoping and praying that we are part of the elect so that we can be delivered. It says, and at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. See, and that's the side that we're hoping that we're on, man. It says the result would be mass starvation and desperation. You see? It's the times that we're in. It says, with the American dollar immediately being devalued and people resorting to bartering and trading precious metals like gold and silver. But that's even if you have gold and silver. Like the scriptures tell you, it's going to get to the point to where not even gold and silver is going to be able to save you. Because if a motherfucker ain't ate in 5, 6 days, what the hell am I going to do with gold or silver? I don't want that. I want food. I want water. I want meat. I want something to eat. To hell with your gold, man. Your gold ain't going to be able to save you if you pining away. All right, the scriptures tell you that he that is killed with the sword is better than he that dies from starvation. You just slowly pine away. So if I have gold and silver, all right, the hell with that gold and silver. All right, if I can't, if I have gold and silver, and you don't want to, and I want water, I want food, and you want to trade for something else, then the hell with whatever else that is, man. I don't give a damn. I just want to eat. I want to drink. I want to be satisfied, It says the potential for societal breakdown is not limited to economic collapse. The erosion of moral values, like I read earlier, the love of many waxing cold, man. All right, because moral value, shit, motherfuckers ain't got moral value right now. That's been corrupted. That's been slowly eroding away while things are still somewhat in order. Which this place is not in order, but you know what I mean. It's still business as usual, so to speak. But the moral values of these people is already eroding, man. All right. So how much more during these times that are ahead? It says, as evidenced by rising rates of human trafficking and child exploitation, further underscores the fragility of the societal order. This moral decay, coupled with economic instability, paints a grim picture of what lies ahead. And that's what I read a couple of times. Jacob's trouble, what I just read here in Daniel's, the 12th chapter. Jeremiah 30. What else did I have here? Isaiah 19, how the Lord had put a perverse spirit in this place, and that perverse spirit is only get more increased and more crazier as we get closer to the things, to these things happening. You see, look at this. This is Jeremiah 51:6. It says, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Now, this don't mean to get up and fly or get on a boat and leave out of Babylon the Great America. It's talking about mostly spiritually. Get out of America in your mind. Come out of the ways of this place, man. All right, and go back into the old ways, wherein the old paths, wherein is the good way. Being obedient to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, keeping these law, statutes, and the commandments to the best of your ability, putting away the idols, these false religions, that whole ideology of America, Babylon the Great, calling upon the true names of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai in all truth and sincerity, making your body a living sacrifice and doing what's right in the sight of the Most High and not in the sight of this world, man. Because everything that I've been talking about and everything that's written within that article is part of the punishment that the Lord is bringing upon this place for all of the rape, robbery, the murder, the blasphemy, the enslaving of the Israelites, man. All of this wickedness, the bloodshed that this place has, accumulated. Hey, the Lord's getting ready to visit this place. And all of this famine, death, and pestilence and judgments is part of the punishments of the Most High. It says, Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Right, this place isn't fully destroyed yet, but it's fallen. It's fallen and spiraling out of control. It's spiraling, to where, this place is going to, reach the level that we've been reading about in this article. It says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies, you see? So you got to forsake this place. This place is done, man. There's nothing that's going to heal Babylon. Like I said, Donald Trump is not going to fix the problem that America's has. The moral decay, the financial situation, everything about this society is completely falling and spiraling out of control, and there's no saving it. There's no healing it. There's no amount of work that can be done that's going to reverse the corruption and just the wickedness of this society, man. The only thing that's left is for this place to be judged and to be destroyed. And you, Jake, need to get yourself right, become sane, become healed, cleanse with cleanse with this word, man, before all hell befalls on this place, man. And 2/3 of our people that are not cleansed, that have not been healed, that are totally still bugged out and drunk off the Babylon Jews. Hey, when this place falls, they're gonna fall right along with it, man. And they're gonna be out here totally out of their minds, demonic. You know what I mean? It's gonna be all type of pandemonium and wickedness, and these niggas are not gonna be able to see clearly, when these things fully grip this place, man. All right. So, hey, like this guy's saying, man, hey, the America is done, man. All right. And this is all that's left for this place, is for it to completely spiral out of control. But what type of person and what type of spirit should you be in before these things take place, man? All right. And this is Psalms 91. It says what? Security of the one who trusts in Yahweh. It says, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And where is the secret place of the Most High? Is this truth, man. All right. This gospel, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right. And that's where we're abiding, and that's where we're putting our trust and our faith in. Remember when I said earlier, the majority of our people that are trusting under the shadow of Egypt, under the shadow of America, that's going to be your shame. But those of us who are abiding under the shadow of the Almighty, we're going to be, secure and safe. We're going to be in the right spirit. We're going to be in the right mind frame. We're going to be protected and delivered and protected. It says, I will say of Yahweh, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust. But the majority of our people, their God is this government, is Donald Trump, shit, themselves, their guns, their gold, their money, all of these things that are outside of the Most High. And therefore, it's going to be to your own destruction and shame. It says, surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence, which is the nuclear missiles. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. You see, this truth is going to be our shield and buckler and our defense against any and everything that is going to be out here wreaking havoc on these lost souls, man. And the 2/3. It says, thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by the day, nor for the pestilence or the sicknesses that walketh in darkness. And you're going to see a lot of that too in these last days. I was just reading an article earlier where some guy in Cambodia, I think, he just died supposedly from the bird flu, just dropped dead, man. And there was another case somewhere out here in America too. So we know that pestilence. That I remember they're talking about disease X. I even saw articles where they're talking about they're making V's for the bubonic plague, man. You see, so hey, it's about to be all type of situations taking place out here, man. And if you're not dwelling under the shadow of the Almighty, guess what? Your defense and hedge from these things is not going to be there for you. It says, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Remember, these devils still have a depopulation program in effect too. All right. And we know that's going to get so bad out here that, look, it's just going to be bodies and bodies all over the place. Nobody's going to pick up the bodies. They're going to be like dung out here on the earth, man. Tells you that in the Apocrypha. But those of us who are of the elect, hey, we're going to be in the midst. Like I said earlier, we're going to be in the midst of all of these things taking place, of all these dead bodies and people and dead bodies of children, women, old, young, pretty, ugly, fat, toddlers, teenagers. It's going to be just nothing but bodies all over the damn place, man. But it's what it said, but it shall not come nigh us. It says, only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation, or our trust. You see, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels. Didn't I read that in Daniel 12? It's going to get so bad that even Michael's going to have to stand up. And then the Lord has other angels out here that we don't know by name that's going to stand up for the elect and protect us and guide us and deliver us from all type of pestilence and evil, guns, hordes of looters, rioters, cannibals, or whatever the case. The Lord's going to be with the elect through it all. It says, for he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways, right? Mainly to keep us mentally stable, to keep us from bugging out, to keep us from losing our minds and, being overwhelmed from the mouth of death and destruction and judgment and wickedness and, seeing the true barbaric nature of mankind taking place out here on this earth. The Lord is going to use his angels to keep us sane, to keep us from bugging out, from just curling up into a ball and just, but I don't know what to do. It's just too much. It's just completely bugging out, man. All right, the Lord's going to have the right spirit on us to endure all these things. It says, they shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and the adder, the young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet. Which the Lord in that time might give us spiritual power to be able to defend ourselves in particular situations, man. Be able to, jump over or leap over a wall or climb up a tree or whatever the case might be. Come up against some some thugs or some looters or some rioters that we might see trying to run up on us and get us for whatever we might have. The Lord could give us the spirit to trample them underfoot, man. All right. And these are the type of things you got to have faith and trust in, especially in these times that are ahead. It says, because he have set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high because he have known my name, which shows you that the names of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai are very important and crucial in these times. They're a strong tower, and the righteous are going to run into it and be safe and be delivered and be protected. It says, he shall call upon me and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. Okay. So, hey, man, as these things are looming and these things are on their way, understand and know that, hey, if we're part of the elect, man, the Lord is going to deliver us. We're going to be made, protected and safe in these times to come. But it's still our job to prophesy and to let you know that these things are coming and that these things are on their way. And there is going to be a way out for the elect. But we know why these things are coming, what they're coming to fulfill, what purpose they're going to serve. And ultimately, Lord willing, we're part of the elect to be able to be delivered and saved from these terrors and these pestilence and the judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, which is coming upon this society, man. And it's just like it said in this article, it's just a matter of when, not a matter of if. So, Lord willing, you were edified. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai for putting the spirit of me through this lesson. Lord willing, you were edified. Shalom.